What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Netflix movie, Spaceman. Before we get into it, you're probably thinking to yourself, I thought you said you weren't going to talk about Netflix movies anymore.
That is true.
And I thought you had a grudge with Netflix.
That is also true.
Yeah, I'm not really going to talk about their action movies anymore, but when they do something like Orion in the Dark or something like Spaceman, I want to talk about it. Spaceman stars Adam Sandler, Carey Mulligan in the voice of Paul Dano, and Kunal Nair. During a research mission, an astronaut discovers that his marriage is in trouble. Luckily, he has the help of a mysterious creature hidden in his ship. Adam Sandler is proving that he can just branch out of comedy. This is what I like about comedic actors. They just show a different side of them. I mean, you see him in Punch Drunk Love and Reign Over Me, and then Uncut Gems, Hustle. Not really comedies, honestly. You could even maybe throw a part of Spanglish into that mix as well, but like not really comedies. I feel like comedic actors really shine when they step out of their comfort zone. They do something like a drama. Adam Sandler has blown me away in the past few movies that I've seen him in that haven't been comedies. Hustle, Uncut Gems, especially Uncut Gems. This one, he blows me away yet again. Adam Sandler is such a great dramatic actor. He gives a much more subdued performance here and plays the role as if he's playing it from a psychological standpoint, which when you watch the movie, I feel like that's kind of how you have to really play this type of role for him. There's also some interesting concepts that this movie brings up, like state of loneliness. And I think that also his performance being subdued relies heavily on his character feeling that sort of loneliness. He doesn't really know what's going back on Earth. He's also psychologically broken. Is he going crazy? Is he going nuts? He sees this giant creature on the ship with him. You as a viewer, you wonder, is it real? Is it not real? There's a lot of interpretation to that, and that's what makes a sci-fi movie like this interesting. The relationship between Sandler's character and this space creature that's essentially a giant arachnid, voiced by Paul Dano, Hanush. Their relationship, their dynamic is honestly the most interesting part of this screenplay. The way that Hanush gets into Jacob's head and tries to convince him about some different types of things and whether or not he is actually going crazy. Like Jacob, who's Adam Sandler's character, he opens a door to a cabinet and thinks he sees something and questions whether or not he's going crazy. This is kind of like the devil on his shoulder, the voice in his head that's trying to convince him that everything's okay, but maybe everything's not okay. And it really shows a perspective of what he's missing out in life. And those flashbacks are there to attempt to bridge this relationship between Jacob and his wife back on Earth, but I felt that those were honestly the weakest aspects of this movie. I felt that that's where the screenplay was really lacking. There could have been a lot more depth in there, and I felt like Carey Mulligan is a great actress, and she is just completely wasted in a movie like this. There's some really great visuals. It's not really something that is going to blow your mind when you see it in space, but because it's just one section of space and there's like all these purples in there. It's at the edge of the universe, essentially, I think is what they say. If that's computer generated imagery, like why is it that these smaller movies take more time to complete their visual effects than big budget blockbusters? Because oh yeah, they're not crunched for time, that's why. Yeah, that is visually stunning. All that stuff looks really good on camera, but there are parts of this movie where I just felt like it was straining my attention a little bit. It just felt like there was too much of what was happening for me, like too much of Adam Sandler interacting with this creature. That's a good majority of the movie, and I felt like maybe if there could have been a little bit more. It's based on a book, so I don't know if this is all in the book or not, but I felt like that there could have been maybe something more with him. Maybe he doesn't see the creature for a little bit and he starts hallucinating a little bit and he starts to go crazy. I think it could have dove more into the psychological aspects than it actually does, instead of just following him and this creature around for most of the movie. And it just it makes it feel a little bit slow and less interesting, even though you are invested somewhat into the movie. And because of that, I just feel like this movie's going to go way over my head. Not like over my head as in I didn't understand it. It's just over my head, like, it's immediately forgettable the moment it ends. Like, it's in one ear, out the other. I think you will enjoy Spaceman with half a bucket of popcorn. It's a well-made psychological thriller set in space. It's very contained thriller. It's really all in one location, but it's just while the interest is there and the intrigue is there, I just feel like it's immediately forgettable and doesn't take full advantage of its premise. So if you guys have seen Spaceman, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.